All right, let's get into it. Today we are tackling one of the biggest, most fascinating mysteries of our time. Who in the world actually created Bitcoin? Who was Satoshi Nakamoto?
Okay, so we're going to dive deep here. Think of this as a full on investigation. We're going to look at the clues, run through the list of suspects, debunk the false claims, and really get into the powerful idea behind why this secret has been kept so tightly under wraps for well over a decade.
So, to really get the mystery, you first have to understand how the legend was even born. I mean, we're not just talking about some anonymous programmer here. We're talking about a figure who just appeared out of nowhere, built something that would literally change the world, and then poof, vanished.
I mean, just look at this timeline. It's pretty wild. Halloween 2008, a white paper just drops. A little over 2 months later, the whole network is live and running. For the next year and a half, Satoshi is deep in the code. And then, around mid 2010, they start to fade into the background. By April 2011, they're gone. It was this short, intense burst of genius.
And this right here, this was it. The last time anyone heard from them. With this simple, almost weirdly casual sign off, the creator of what would eventually become a multi-trillion-dollar asset class just walked away. All they left behind was this revolutionary tech and a trail of digital breadcrumbs.
So let's go follow that trail. What do we actually know about Satoshi from the little digital footprint they left? The clues are super interesting, they're subtle, and honestly, they often seem to contradict each other.
You know, when you really dig into all of Satoshi's posts and emails, a pretty specific picture starts to form. The language? It points to someone from a Commonwealth country, using words like color and phrases like bloody hard. The timing of their posts? Well, it suggests they were asleep during hours that line up with the Americas, which kind of rules out Japan. And maybe most important of all, the philosophy is crystal clear. A deep, deep skepticism of banks and any kind of central control.
And this is the mic drop moment that proves that point. This isn't just some random text. It's a headline from a British newspaper, and it's permanently coded into the very first block of Bitcoin ever created. It's a timestamp, sure, but it's also a mission statement, a permanent jab at the financial system that Bitcoin was designed to get around.
So, all these clues have fueled this massive worldwide digital ghost hunt. And it's led investigators and journalists to a few key persons of interest over the years. So, let's check out the lineup. First up, you've got Dorian Nakamoto. This poor guy was basically outed by a magazine article just because of his name. He totally denied it, and then a message from Satoshi's old account even posted, "I am not Dorian Nakamoto." Then there's Hal Finney, a true crypto legend who got the very first Bitcoin transaction. His writing style is the closest match anyone's ever found. And get this, he lived just a few blocks from Dorian. And of course, you can't have this conversation without mentioning Nick Szabo, who created something called BitGold, which was a lot like a blueprint for Bitcoin. They all have these really compelling connections, and they've all said, nope, not me.
But here's where the story takes a wild turn. While all those guys were the subjects of speculation, one person didn't just deny it. He stepped forward and actively claimed the title for himself. And that kicked off this years-long saga of lawsuits and controversy.
And I mean, Craig Wright didn't just say he was Satoshi. He went all in. He started this aggressive legal campaign, suing some really prominent people in the crypto world who dared to call him a fraud. For years, he was trying to use the court system to prove he was the one. But that whole campaign came to a screeching halt in 2024. After a 5-week trial in the UK High Court, the judge delivered a swift and totally unambiguous verdict right from the bench. No question about it.
And the court's findings? They were brutal. The judge ruled that Wright's claim wasn't just unproven, it was built on a foundation of fake documents and lies. I mean, the judge's summary was just scathing. It legally debunked the most public and loudest claim to the Satoshi identity once and for all.
So, with the main suspects all denying it and the biggest public claim totally debunked, where does that leave us? It leaves us with the most important question of all. Why does this mystery even matter? Why is Satoshi's anonymity so important? Well, the answer goes right back to the very first line of that Bitcoin white paper. This was the whole vision, not just a new coin, but a whole new system. One that gets rid of the need for middlemen you have to trust, like banks, which Satoshi clearly saw as a major flaw in how our money works. Listen to Satoshi's own words here, from back in 2009. It tells you everything you need to know.
The entire project was an answer to one single problem: trust. The whole system was designed to replace trusting big institutions with cold, hard cryptographic proof. And this brings us to the most powerful theory for why Satoshi is still anonymous. And that's really the big takeaway here. Think about it. Maybe the ultimate expression of a trustless system is having a creator that you don't have to trust at all. By staying a ghost in the machine, Satoshi became a founder who can never be pressured or compromised or have their vision changed. They can't be a single point of failure because, for all we know, they don't even exist. So the mystery, it isn't just some fun trivia. It might just be the system's single most important feature.